Bonding is an important tool. Borrowing money is an important tool for the state to have, particularly for the types of projects we're talking about. And generally speaking, these are larger, long-term lifespan, capital-intensive kind of construction projects, development projects, and kind of equated to buying a home. I bought a home 2 years ago. Although I would have loved to have had all the cash on hand to have paid it out front, it just didn't make sense economically for me to do that, tie up all that cash where it could go elsewhere. And I was given a very good rate in this market to borrow it responsibly and to kind of bear that cost over the lifespan of where I'm in that. And it's the same way with roads or sewers or school or higher ed and these types of things that we're talking about. So what it offers us, particularly in this economic environment where rates are really good, is a chance for Maine to make needed investments. These aren't arbitrary, these are needed. To do it responsibly, to do it at a low rate, and to spread that payment out over more the lifespan of that project and more the users of that project. So from that standpoint, that's what we use bonding, and we said before, Maine's really good at managing its bonding debt. Maine pays back at half the time that others pay. You know, you get a 20-year term, we do it in probably about 10 years. And we are frugal, and we are responsible in our borrowing. We just don't borrow for everything. So, you know, we're at a position now where we need to make some investments in these bigger things, and bonding is a way to do it responsibly.
We have a kind of a unique perspective on this whole infrastructure investment issue. Obviously, the jobs piece is important. In Maine right now, the public infrastructure market is one piece of a larger market, but construction employment is about 21% lower than it was at its peak in 2006. So we've gone from approximately 28,800 first quarter 2006 down to about 25,000. Wow. And so those are people who had jobs in the construction industry. Those jobs pay, on average, 10% more than all other private sector, the average of all other private sector employment. So they're good jobs. Yep. And those people just aren't in the workplace anymore, in the construction workplace. That piece matters. And then the other piece that matters is the condition of our civil infrastructure. And as much as there's a lack of work and a lack of investment, the contractors and engineers who are driving up and down the highway comment, and they're in my office commenting on it routinely, about how the wearing surface of the interstate, which is our state's best road, right, is worn down through, and we're just wearing down through the layers. Obviously, the secondary roads are in appreciably worse condition. Right. Our bridge inventory, again, very challenging. 2,400 bridges in the state, and about 10% of those are structurally deficient. So we have some very serious challenges, and they're very expensive challenges. And you know, we make the point that the infrastructure we rely on every day was built by our parents and grandparents. They made the investment, and we're using it up. Right. They've made the investment, and we're not doing a particularly good job of maintaining it. And some of it can be, you know, can always be strung out another year, and there's always a patch job that can be done. But at some point, assets fail, and when they do fail, they don't always fail at a linear rate. A road will deteriorate to a certain point, and then it'll just fail catastrophically. And the same with bridges. And so that's our concern. We're at a point now where a failure to invest is going to cost us substantially more money down the road, and not far down the road either.